This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Theron Heidemann sits at the center of a complex criminal case. Residents in Okanagan County are keeping eyes on the skies as thunderstorms loom in the forecast.
There's a chance the Royal Knights and the Wallalook Warriors could battle for a fourth time this season.
The Wenatchee Panthers hosted the Davis Pirates in a varsity fast pitch game Tuesday at Walla Walla Point Park.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Theron Heidemann sits at the center of a complex criminal case. The 51-year-old Peshastin man has been jailed in Chelan County since March 2017, charged with 11 counts of child sexual abuse involving 4 victims. The case involves so many witnesses, child welfare reports, and interviews that on Wednesday, Judge Robert McSeveny stayed a trial that was set to begin next month. Heidemann has pleaded not guilty to charges that he abused 4 Wenatchee children in his care between roughly 2001 and 2014. He's jailed on $1 million bond. It's not his first time under suspicion. From 1999 to 2009, Heidemann was accused multiple times of sexual and physical abuse carried out against 3 of his own children. He was never charged, and in 2011 those children, now adults, sued the State Department of Social and Health Services. They claimed the agency failed to properly investigate their claims, and last week DSHS settled that case, awarding $2.5 million to Heidemann's alleged victims. The new criminal case involves 4 different children. Deputy Prosecutor Nicole Hankins and Defense Attorney Jeffrey Barker both agreed Wednesday to continue the trial, saying they had more interviews and hundreds more pages of police and DSHS documents to review. Judge McSeveny said he'll assign a trial date later on. Heidemann's trial in Chelan County Superior Court is expected to take at least 2 weeks. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Residents in Okanagan County are keeping eyes on the skies as thunderstorms loom in the forecast. A National Weather Service alert on Thursday called for severe, slow-moving thunderstorms in the Okanagan and Methow valleys. That will lead to more runoff into swollen river channels, in the worst area of flooding since 1972. The rivers are already in flood stage, some severely. The Okanagan River at Tonasket was measured Thursday at just under 20 feet deep, or 5 feet above flood stage. It's been closed since Tuesday to fishing, boating, or swimming, by order of the sheriff. The level is expected to rise through the weekend. A Red Cross shelter is on standby in Tonasket, but so far the only evacuation advisories have been issued by Colville tribal authorities for homes on reservation land. Downstream, high waters have also reached the Columbia, where local PUDs advise residents to avoid flooded parks and trails along the shoreline. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Unless you're playing baseball, seeing a team 4 times in a season is just unheard of. But there's a chance the Royal Knights and the Wallalook Warriors could battle for a 4th time this season. The second round of the state playoffs take place tomorrow for each team. Royal is headed to Highland and Wallalook gets to host the Winlock and Toledo's joint team. The 1A level of soccer has been keeping track of RPI through max preps as an experiment this season, so it's not actually implemented. But in those rankings, Royal currently sits as the best team in 1A. While Luke has only dropped 1 game at home this entire season, the Warriors made an improbable run last season to finish as state runner-ups, so this team has shown an ability to flip a switch in the playoffs. Assuming both teams win, then these 2 teams will square off for a 4th time this season, with the stakes higher than ever. Winner goes to the state championship, while loser goes to the 3rd place game. Only time will tell how these things will shake out, but these 2 teams' destinies are clearly tied together. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
The Wenatchee Panthers hosted the Davis Pirates in a varsity fast pitch game Tuesday at Walla Walla Point Park. Wenatchee came into the game with a 12-5 conference record, while the Pirates came in with the exact opposite, winning 5 games and losing 12. The two teams had seen each other a few times in the regular season, first on March 20th, where the Pirates lost to the Panthers 21-11, and next in a doubleheader, where the Pirates lost both games by a 16-run deficit. The district's game between the two, however, wouldn't prove to be so easy for the Panthers. Throughout the game, the teams flipped between the lead many times, but heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, Wenatchee really took control. With no outs and all bases loaded, the Panthers sent 3 home, regaining the lead. At the top of the 6th, the Panthers went 3 for 3, taking out the first 3 batters. With the Panthers up to bat and all bases loaded, Panther Michaela Michael sent a ball over the fence in center field. Walking in the last run of the night, the Panthers won 18-6.
Yeah, of course you're nervous. In playoffs, you don't know what's going to happen. And we weren't getting any breaks. I mean, it was like every changeup we threw dunked in for a base hit, and we made a few errors that hurt us. But then the bats came alive in about the 4th inning and the 5th inning. We started laying it on it. And these girls can hit, and they just put the game out of reach. So once we got the sticks warmed up, things went pretty well. But we were struggling there for a few innings. We were nervous a little bit.
Wenatchee, who's now 13-5, will advance to play West Valley Yakima, who's 7-11 in the next district's game on Friday at Walla Walla Point Park. The winner of that will advance to play on Saturday, May 19th. I'm Madison Meyer with iFIBER One Sports.
This is iFIBER One News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.